What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone, and welcome back to a new daily news update. A late one. Apologies because I just left the hospital, so I couldn't do one. First off, thanks all for the messages. I'm doing perfectly fine right now, ish. There will be no live, I think, in a couple of days because I don't think I can speak for an hour straight. I don't think that's possible. But yeah, I'm back in some capacity. So we're gonna talk about Mbangula showing a top player mindset, in my opinion, after yesterday's game, because what he said and also what he did on the pitch is quite significant, in my opinion, and maybe something that we were all looking for in a player. When we did reactions and we won a game, but it wasn't good enough, and we came on and we spoke about it's a good result because you won. However, the performance is not something to be really proud about. Basically, that's what Mbangula yesterday embodied, and basically said that that's the situation right now. So that's something I want to talk about. But before we do that, as always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as always. And let's talk about Mbangula. Okay, so we won the game yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, I rewatched the game because I I watched yesterday's game fully, obviously, or like um, I was awake at like half hour before kickoff. I woke up from surgery, so I got into my room, and the first thing I saw was Weah putting in a cross kind of shot that was saved by the goalkeeper. I don't know what it was, probably some sort of cross that turned into a shot as well. So that's the first thing I saw. I watched the game, but I probably missed a couple of things because I was not fully focused because it wasn't possible. So I rewatched the game today and I saw some things that I didn't see yesterday. Post game, Mbangula came out. He scores the winning goal, which is important. It's not a done deal right now. We are next to the next round because 2-1 is enough. I don't think that's enough if I've seen that second half, because that second half is something we should be worried about as well going into Eindhoven. But Motta made a decision to bench Yildiz because that's what Motta said post game. It's a technical decision to bench Yildiz and to play Mbangula in the second half. And Mbangula, like on a technical level, he didn't play a good game. Let's be honest as well. I think we can all agree with that. And he scored a good goal. He scored the winning goal, but he misplaced a lot of passes. The take-ons was not coming off. He lose, possession quite a few times. Just got nudged off the ball a couple of times. But he scored the goal. And post-game, he came out and he said, it's hard to be happy about the goal because I know I didn't play well. I know that if I get opportunity to play at this level for this club, I need to do much better. Like I need to show more than what I did on the night. Losing the ball. He talked about all those things, and I was like, man, for a guy, 21-year-old, I guess, playing Serie C football last season, to do that, to come out and take that kind of responsibility, post Champions League game when you won us the game. Like in a normal situation, I think in so many other situations, a player of that age and that magnitude, whatever you want to call it, will probably be happy and will be like, man, it's me. I did it over here. I won us the game. But he was level-headed and he showed something that I call a top player. But top player, I'm not saying top player in he is like a special player or he's one of a kind, but his mindset is correct. His mindset is that, cool, we won, but it's not good enough. If I do that again, if I put the performance I put in today, I put that one again, let's say against Inter, and I don't score a goal, I will have a horrible game without any output. That will be the takeaway of that situation, basically, of that game. So that's what he was saying, and that's the right thing to do as well. That's the right thing to say because he's right. He didn't play a good game. Even today when I watched him, he was not himself. Usually he's a player who doesn't give up the ball at all. He keeps possession a lot. He plays it simple when he needs to do, and he does his thing when he apologies. when he needs to do his thing, he does his thing. But when he needs to keep his cool and and keep the ball, he does that well. He didn't do that yesterday. But what he said, I was like, wow, because I've seen players with more pedigree who have shown more in the game not do that. Score a tap and goal. I will pull up an example, and it's not a Juve example, but Rashford and Bruno Fernandes, they do that at times. They play horrible. They score a fluky goal, whatever, a tap in, and post game they're all, man, me. But in reality, you look at it and you're like, nah, this is not it. This you played a poor game and you're gonna try to mask that with one silly moment. That's not okay. That's absolutely not okay. But he said that himself. And what I did like was Mota came out and he's like, he didn't hear what Mbangula said, but he said he's a player who uh, works hard for the team. He tracks back. Even when he loses the ball, he goes back. He doesn't give up. He goes back again, and he wins the ball back, or he tries to win the ball back, and he goes again. He never gives up. He doesn't let his hat hanging, he doesn't leave his head hanging, excuse me. He just keeps going, and keeps going until, he finally got that goal in the end, that won us the game. And he was like, that's excellent. That's good. That's brilliant. But I was kind of surprised by that mindset, because it shows a mindset that a lot of players do not have. And it's good to see that players in the squad, even if you think it's a quote unquote insignificant player, or not an important player, not a key player, you might think he's not a player for the future, but still, that a player has that mindset in that club, it kind of gives you hope that players with potentially a higher stature, within that club also have that mindset. Only they're not really showing that, or they're looking at it and they're like, man, he's doing that, player who just came from the next gen, and he's speaking like that. He's taking that responsibility upon himself, to do that. Maybe that rubs off towards the other players to do more and to take more responsibility in, certain key moments throughout the season from now until the end of the season. So I thought it was very important that he did that, and I thought it was very surprising, significant, and it shows a mindset that, yeah, I'm really surprised about. For a player who, is not a main guy or a main starter, but when he gets the opportunity, like 8 out of 10 times, he takes that opportunity, and even when he wins us the game, he's like, it's not good enough. The performance is not good enough, and I need to do better. And he knows he needs to do better. I was quite impressed with that. I'm pleasantly surprised. It's good that he won us the game, but it's cool to see, or it's good to hear, that some of these players do have that mindset within the club, even if it's in Mbangula, and you hope or you wish it was another player of another caliber. It's just cool to see that, we have those type of players still at the club, So that's the daily for today. Let me know what you think in the comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll speak to you guys tomorrow. Ciao.